Hello, I'm Mickey Morgan with Premier Real Estate in Laurinburg, North Carolina. If you're in the market to purchase a home in the Laurinburg, North Carolina area, I'd be honored if I could use my experience to help you and assist you in making that purchase. But in this video, I want to show you how you can do some of the legwork on your own, how you can do a little bit of research to locate properties that are available for sale and see if there's any that you like, and then maybe you can contact me afterwards and let me know, and I can get you more detailed information. Now, in a previous video, I showed you how you could search the Laurinburg MLS and discover the properties that are available in your price range and meeting the other criteria that you're interested in the purchase of a home. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Realtor.com, and the reason that I'm going to show you that is because sometimes our MLS may not have listings show up in the local MLS, but there may be listings available. And how that comes to be is because a multiple listing service is what brokers use to cooperate with one another in a certain area. And so in Laurinburg, we have a local multiple listing service. All the realtors that pay to be a member of that service can input their listings into the listing service, and when they do, that makes the property listings available to all the realtors who are members. And when you're a member to the service, you have all the detailed information of listings, even though it's not your listing. Now, this is beneficial to everyone involved, because if I have a listing for a property, then I want to make sure that my customer's property is available to all the buyers that are out there that may be interested in the property. So another realtor that's a member of my multiple listing service may have the buyer, and they may bring the buyer to my property. So I want to make sure that I have all detailed information on the property in the listing service so that other real estate brokers can view the information and pass that information on to the different buyers that they're working with at the time. Now, the problem with just searching the Laurinburg MLS is that other realtors outside of our area, say for instance there's a realtor in Richmond County that is going to list a property in the Laurinburg area, but that broker is not a member of the Laurinburg area MLS. So the only option that broker has is to input their listing into the listing service for which they're a member of, and in this case it would be Richmond County. So they may come into Laurinburg and do a listing, and they input that listing into the Richmond County multiple listing service. So if you just search the Laurinburg area multiple listing service, that listing won't show up. So that's why I suggest that you may want to use Realtor.com. And this happens more often than you think, because especially over the last few years when banks have been foreclosing on property, banks a lot of time they'll use a real estate broker outside of the area where the property is located. And so if you just do a regular search in the local MLS, you won't see the property. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a screenshot and allow you to follow along, and I'm going to show you how to do the search in the MLS and in the Realtor.com, and you can compare the two searches and see the differences. So if you will, just get ready and we'll follow along. Okay, go ahead and open up your web browser if you don't already have it open, and head on over to LaurinburgRentals.com. And under the Home Sales tab, you'll find two search options, MLS search and Realtor.com search. And I covered the MLS search in a previous video, but I'm just going to run through this again in this video, and you'll see why in just a minute. So click on the MLS search tab, and what we want to do is click Search Listings, and we're going to put in a listing price of $160,000 to $170,000, and we're going to search for property in Laurinburg. And that's all the criteria I'm going to put in. I'm just going to look for property listed in Laurinburg between $160,000 to $170,000. And you see the results are we have 4 listings. And here's a brief description of the 4 listings. And as I covered in the previous video, if any of these 4 listings were of interest to you, once you search the details, if you click on every one of them, any of them, it will give you some details. But let's just click on this one and see some details. What I asked you to do in the previous video is to, if the property is interesting to you and you think you may want to find out some more information about it, just come down to the listing details where the MLS number is and copy that MLS number. Then go back to my website and then click on my contact page and enter your email address, your name, a subject, and then paste that MLS ID in there and just say send more information. And whenever you click send, it's going to go directly to my email, and I'm going to get that information. I'm going to make some phone calls. I'm going to put some stuff together for you, and then I'll email it to you as soon as I get it together. And we'll see where it goes. But that's not what the purpose of this video is. I just wanted to review that. I just wanted you to see that on the Laurinburg Board of Realtor site that there are 4 listings available in the price range of $160,000 to $170,000. So now what I want you to do is go back to my website and then go under home sales and then go to the realtor.com search. And here we'll want to put in the same criteria. Laurinburg, North Carolina, $160,000 to $170,000. Now there's some advanced search options here, but for what we're doing in this video, we don't want to add anything else, and I'm just going to click search. Now once I click search, there's some featured properties here. People pay to have their properties featured here. That's not part of the search results. You scroll on down and these are your search results. And as you can see, the search results, there's 5 properties found. And in our MLS in Laurinburg, we only had 4. So there's a property here, and I know which one it is because I've already researched it. It's the Brandon Circle property. And that property is listed by a real estate broker outside of our MLS, and they entered the listing into their own MLS, so it does not show up in the Laurinburg MLS, but it does show up on realtor.com. So if you hadn't searched realtor.com, you would have missed this listing. And what happens, like I said previously, is that a lot of time banks, whenever they have foreclosures and they take property back, they'll list with a real estate broker that is not in the same area where the property is, and the real estate broker will enter that into their local MLS. It shows up on realtor.com, but it does not show up in the Laurinburg MLS. So if you were interested in this property, if you came here and you said, oh, here's one that is not in the regular MLS, but it's on realtor.com, just click on the listing to get more detailed information about the listing. And if you look through it and it's interesting to you, go scroll on down below the map and you'll see a direct link to the property. Just go ahead and copy that link and then go back to my website, go to my contact page, and then do the same thing. Fill out the form. Just put your name, your email address, subject. You can put Brandon Circle in the subject, and then paste that link in there. And come down below and say, send some more info. And so this is going to come directly to my email address, and when I get this message, I'm going to do a little research. I'm going to find out who has the listing, going to find out some details on the property, and then I'll be back in touch with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel. You can hit the subscribe button below. I hope you'll follow me and keep up with what's going on in Laurinburg, North Carolina real estate.